Hey, it's been a very long time since I made a video, and a lot of that is because there are some things with my FFS that I feel I'm not happy with, basically. Um, since the time since I made the last video, I did a lot of things. One of the things was that I had some consults with various FFS surgeons, including Dr. Bart who did originally my FFS, and I explained to him what I'm not happy with. So the first thing I'm going to do is review what I'm not happy with so that you can see. So what I'm not happy with is if you look this way, you can kind of see there's kind of still a bump here, and the forehead is not sloped as much as it should be, and you can really see in this area and in this area you can really see that there's basically it looks like the work certainly wasn't done to my satisfaction anyway. But anyway, that's that. My hair. Okay. The other thing I'm not happy with, of course, is the jaw. The jaw from this angle looks a little bit better than it did prior to my surgery, but the jaw in this sense here is almost unchanged. There's almost no change to the width of the jaw. Now, when I spoke with Dr. Bart he said that he agreed on the jaw, and so he had some plan for revision. And I did consult with some other surgeons on this, and I think in a perfect world and I have infinite money, I would go to another surgeon for the jaw revision. But I don't have infinite money, and the jaw revision with Dr. Bart is only the cost of the operating costs and the stay overnight or whatever at his clinic. So I'm faced at like paying $1,000 to $2,000 or euros, or paying 20,000 euros. So given that and the fact that I have like my SRS coming up in Thailand, it's not exactly like I have much of a choice. So the way that he explained the jaw procedure to me, though, sounded sort of reasonable. So I'm going to go with that, and fingers crossed that hopefully that works out. So that's that side of things. As far as the forehead, when I spoke with him about it, his plan was that he was just going to basically do more of the same, deal with this part a little bit more, try and bring the scalp line forward more, basically more scalp advancement. And when he spoke to me about it, I thought like, okay, maybe. But then I spoke with the facial team in Spain, and I had a consult with them. And what they were saying is that they actually, Dr. Bart does the cut along the hairline. And what that does is it leaves a bit of a scar. So I'm not sure if you can see, but it leaves a bit of a scar, and it's all along my hairline like this. I have a scar like that, and you can't see it so much, but you can in certain light conditions. So like wearing my hair back is more or less out of the question because of that. And what I wanted to do was to bring what the facial team in Spain said they do is they do the incision around here, somewhere in the middle of the head. Then they harvest hair follicles, they pull things back, and then they correct the hairline such as these areas here. Such as these areas here. They correct that with hair transplants. And I like the sound of that much more. And the other thing to keep in mind is that if you look at your typical cis female hairline, it's the forehead is actually, sometimes it would be even up to here, and what makes the difference is sort of the shape of the forehead. So just pulling the hairline down more would not necessarily, just pulling the hairline down more would not necessarily fix things or make things look like ideal. So I think I'm probably going to end up going with the facial team in Spain for the revision of my forehead. That's going to cost me, including with the hair transplants, almost 20,000 euros. And I have my SRS coming up in Thailand next year, which is also probably about 30,000 euros, including travel expenses and time off work. So yeah, that's going to be a little while, because another thing that happened with my surgery with Dr. Bart was that my voice was damaged when he did the tracheal shave. And actually you can still see the scar here from where he did it. The scar I don't think is necessarily related to the voice damage that was done. But because of this damage that was done to my voice, I probably also want to have voice surgery done in Korea, and including travel expenses and stuff, that's probably going to come up to around 15,000 euros or dollars or whatever. So it's actually quite a way off until I have my forehead revision. So what I'm hoping is that the jaw revision will be enough that I can be like, you know, reasonably happy with myself when I go out in public for the next couple of years. So yeah, I kind of have a lot, have some apprehension towards this revision surgery, obviously because the first time that I had the surgery with Dr. Bart van de Ven, prior to the surgery, he was like, yeah, you're going to look great, it's going to be fine, blah, blah, blah. Can I get your, photos so that I can show a before and after on my website and all that stuff? And then when I went back for the consultation, he was like, he had this paper out where you sign the release for the before and after photos, and he just kind of put it away. And I was like, wait, you give like a 5% discount on the cost of the surgery if we give the before and after photos, right? And he was like, oh, I didn't think you wanted that. And I was like, well, you said that I would want it before. And so he's like, oh, okay. And then so I signed a thing and he took the after photos, but obviously because of the jaw and possibly because of the forehead, he didn't actually put them up on his website. So I think clearly he was also not happy with the results. And he said that he wasn't happy with the results on the jaw, although he said that the forehead is like personal taste or something. I'm not sure that I agree with that, but maybe that's just down to preference. But yeah, basically in hindsight, I kind of wish that I'd gone with like facial team instead of Dr. Bart van de Ven in Belgium. But what's done is done, and I'm just going to have to figure out how to pay for my revisions and stuff like that, and move forward. But obviously that's like, it was a hugely sort of depressing experience for me, the post-FFS and the recovering and realizing that, oh God, I'm going to need at least one revision, probably more. You know, the jaw has to be done, the forehead has to be done, and like, you know, like when you go into FFS, you have this expectation, especially because I met with Dr. Bart van de Ven and Dr. Spiegel, and both of them said, yeah, if I work on you after, it's going to be great, you're going to be passing well, you're going to be very attractive, blah, blah, blah. And then I went and had surgery with Dr. Bart van de Ven, and it was like, yeah, but yeah, it's just not there yet, and we're going to need a revision, and we have differences of opinion on the forehead, so I'm probably going to need a revision from somebody else on the forehead, and that's going to cost almost the same cost as what my original FFS cost me. So going in, I thought this is going to be, you know, 20 to 25,000 euros, and I'm going to be where I need to be, and within, you know, 6 months to a year. And in reality, it's like, this is going to be about 50,000 euros, and I'm going to be where I need to be in about 2 or 3 years, maybe. So obviously that's a lot to deal with, and that's part of the reason why I haven't been very motivated to make videos and stuff like that. So anyway, that's my update. I will update again at a minimum. Again, I will update before I have my revision with Dr. Bart van de Ven, and then I will update afterwards as well. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.